This is the last video in this volume, in which I'm going to talk about Azure Security Center, one of the latest additions to the Azure family of products. In this video, I'm mainly going to cover Azure Security Center, starting with guiding you through what exactly Azure Security Center is and why you should use it, and then walking you through the deployment and ending this video with another demo. What is Azure Security Center? Azure Security Center is basically about understanding the security health of your Azure resources. It's about taking control of cloud security with policy-driven monitoring of security configurations. It enables DevOps teams to deploy integrated security solutions, and it also helps you in finding threats with behavioral analysis based on Microsoft's Azure Global Detection and Intelligence. And it also gives you a quick response to incidents with insights on incidents and remediation suggestions. So it's all about your Azure environment and making sure that it's secured as much as possible, leveraging on the global information that Microsoft has out of his own Azure data center management, where it can detect threats and reuse that information and providing it to you as a customer. So in short, the way it works is that it easily allows you to create your own security policies. Prevention solutions are also built in. And on top of using Microsoft Intelligence, it's also ready to integrate with third-party security solutions like Trend Micro and some other ones. Getting the view in the dashboard portal is interesting, but next to getting the view in the portal, it also supports getting alerts and notifications by email. And then obviously using the dashboard views is another interesting aspect. Now, Azure Security Center again is a platform as a service component, so it's all about focusing on the Azure security features, where you as a customer, you don't have to worry about the underlying infrastructure and you don't even have to manage it. So since it's a platform service, it again is based on different pricing tiers. The main difference is a free one and a standard one. The only difference between the free one and the standard pricing tier is the level of detection of security threats, where the other features are similar in the two flavors, providing you security policies, security assessment, recommendations for remediation, and connected solutions from third-party parties. Deploying Azure Security Center is really easy, which again makes sense because it's a platform service component. You start with activating Azure Security Center and then defining security policies, followed by completing remediation recommendations, understanding your security risks, and then configuring how you want to get alerts out of an email notification when security threats and vulnerabilities are occurring in your environment. Once it starts gathering information about your Azure resources, they will be listed out in a table, and then you can zoom in on any description where it will end up in a more detailed view and optionally providing you remediation settings. So with that, I'm going to jump to my Azure portal again, where I started my security center. And based on my initial configuration, without doing any specific customized modification to the portal, this is the information I get. So it's recognizing security risks in my virtual machines that I deployed during the course of my demos, as well as some data security risks. Just by selecting any of these options, it will provide me detailed information. So for my virtual machines, for example, it's warning me about the fact that my monitoring is currently turned off. I'm having two virtual machines, of which two are not even having disk encryption, which is a recommendation for security. And then even more in detail, I can select one of my virtual machines where it will tell me monitoring is not working, system updates are not being listed, endpoint protection antivirus is not installed, you're all green for vulnerabilities, and then the two machines are not having disk encryption enabled. From a more even more detailed view, selecting one of my virtual machines, and then here in my recommendation remediation option, it will tell me apply disk encryption and enable data collection for your subscriptions. So it's really about drilling deep into your environment. Now let me go back to the beginning. I get another view based on recommendations. The outcome is about the same, but on top of that, it's giving me some other information, this time about SQL databases, where there's a recommendation to enable auditing and threat detection on my SQL databases that I deployed in a demo, and even providing security contact details on my subscription level. And again, all this information is without doing any specific configuration. Well, let me quickly show you the security policies. So for my trial subscription, it will list out all my different resources and my different resource groups that I deployed in meantime. Selecting one of these will allow me to configure specific policy components, prevention policy, like for one virtual machine group in an Azure resource group, configuring different prevention policies. Like I don't care about system updates, operating system vulnerabilities, but I want to find everything out about the next generation firewall and web application firewall, then you can turn those settings on or off. So it's really interesting, really easy to configure. So that was a quick walkthrough of Azure Security Center. So with that, we're at the end of this module and at the same time at the end of this whole course. I would like to thank you for paying attention here in my course. I hope you liked it. Feel free to reach out and send me any questions, feedback whatsoever, or contact your Pact email alias directly if you have any feedback about this course.